always ready to go. Catch a suntan on the roof of the yacht. A penthouse elevator, take us up to the top. In my sweaty jacket, always bringing the magic. I got the top pulled down in my automatic. You know my everyday life may sound dramatic, but when you got it like this, gotta make it a habit. To my confidence and turn the attitude up to 100%. Big shot go off, yeah, I'm at it again.
Wow. Oh, we're keeping it chill tonight.
Well, it is kind of chilly anyway. Is that bad?
No, I like it. I like it when the vibe of the tunes matches up with the way that it feels on court.
Good night, everybody.
No, good stuff, Shauner. I would stick with it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to South Barrington Club. This is the semifinal round of playoffs here in Chicago Paddle Night.
Yes.
This is a Series 4 match that we bring you between South Barrington Club and Wilmette.
Yes.
I get Wilmette and Winnetka confused, so now I feel like I'm losing my mind. I only stared at it for 90 minutes before we got started.
I blame it myself.
It's really my fault. It is Winnetka. It is Winnetka for sure.
Listen, I'm already going down for a number of other crimes anyway, so you may as well just tack them on.
A number of other crimes. I am Matt McClure, of course, alongside Sean Albrecht and Cal Noble.
Hey, everybody.
And we are excited to bring you what is quickly becoming the end of our platform tennis season here.
About?
Shaking in
on
my
the North
boots.
Shore.
What am I going to do with my
I'm freaking out. I don't know. This is an amount of downtime that my wife hasn't prepared for. I mean, I've been gone a lot so we can do these matches and these tournaments.
My wife's
I'm
been
gonna start
so
showing
happy.
up. Yeah, mine too. I mean, I haven't talked to her in a few weeks, but I'm pretty sure everything's going fine.
Yeah.
This is going to be a fun one here. You want to introduce our players?
You know, I do.
I'll throw you under the bus.
I do. No, it's okay. It's okay. And I don't even need to see the screen. That's how much of a fan I am.
Confident.
Absolutely. So from the near side, playing for the Winnetka Raiders. I actually can't say that.
You can't because of Brian Rader.
Right, exactly. Because I was going to say because Brian Rader, but that wouldn't be right because he's the South Barrington guy.
The Winnetka Parameciums.
I liked it. Anyway, Winnetka, this is on the near side, just feeding that first forehand and hitting an overhead in the gray right there. The green cap, that's Michael Benson. Mike Benson, a former touring pro, by the way, and I mean that as a legitimate touring pro, not like me where I would just go on the Circle Line tour and stuff like that.
He was actually kind of tour.
And his partner, the very talented Orrin Madison, they've been just kicking major tail to get to this point. So obviously, it's going to be as they say, I always say barn burner, but nobody really wants to see the barn burn down because then you got to build it back up again. Somebody else said that to me, and I never understood.
That's right. Yeah, I think this is technically the 2 and the 3 seed here, facing off at this point in the in the playoffs, and then far side for South Barrington Club.
Mike Stoja, who is in the blue with the green. I was going to call him slacks, but that's just because I'm an older guy.
Listen, there's nothing wrong with a nice pair of slacks, Sean.
Those are really smart, warm pants, but good dude, very steady. Mike has always been just an absolute wall, so he's probably going to be doing the best he possibly can. And Deb, you want to say something? You do? Okay.
And then, what's the question? No. You be as loud as you want in the hut.
Deb, you want to yell into the mic,
actually?
actually?
Viewers.
No, you can. No, so just, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying. Deb Fredericks just wanted to know if we're gonna, if we need to be. She needs to be quiet, which she does not. You can say whatever you want. We're not. No. This isn't like we're not real broadcasters.
No, you don't have to be quiet, nor is it maybe possible. I mean, I don't know. So. Let's not.
No.
Yeah,
you don't
good.
have to say whatever you want. Yeah, we got a profanity button and everything, so don't worry. So as I was saying, Mike Stoja, my man, Mikey.
Mr. Steady.
Yeah, exactly. Erosia. No, I'm just kidding. That's what one of the assistant coaches called. But anyway, so no, Mr. Steady. And then his partner, Josh Wittenberg, who's kind of a gun, really, when we call a gun. First of all, he's already in the shorts, which means he's making a statement
Pistol
anyway.
Pete.
Right there, exactly. But great strokes. Can drive the ball off both sides. pretty much has pretty much every stroke anyway. We'll just see if he can put it together, you know, that way.
And after that short introduction of our players, let's thank our sponsors here.
Yeah, with our sponsors making playoffs even possible here on the North Shore, Illinois Bone and Joint, Viking Paddle,
Yes.
and Wintrust Community Banks. We certainly appreciate them.
Couldn't do anything without him, Coach.
And if anyone here watching the stream wants to go ahead and complete the loop of delivering the KPIs, you know, go make something happen. Order a paddle, injure yourself, and go to IBJI, or, you know, sign up for a new checking account at Wintrust.
Stop
Use
back
the money in the checking account to buy a Viking paddle
Make a
and
withdrawal.
then hurt yourself while
wow.
getting it.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
Actually, you hurt yourself, cure yourself, make a withdrawal, and then go buy a paddle so you don't hurt yourself again, because Viking paddles are just that.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
They're that good.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So this is always a fun point in the season. You only get a few matches like this as you enter playoffs where really everything is on the line with the team dynamic. You know, middle of the season, especially before the holiday break, you can kind of reach this point where you go like, it's not that big a deal. We still got 11 matches to play, you know,
whereas
and
now
vie for
I've got
playoffs.
an entire paycheck on it right now.
Yeah, no, This is I've already made a DraftKings account specifically for this match.
I want to beat I had to use a certain username for my account, and I decided it was Sir String-a-Lot.
That's a good one.
It was just my tennis way of saying things.
Yeah, no,
Your account for what?
It doesn't work for FanDuel.
Oh, for
FanDuel.
To get it going.
FanDuel thinks I am Michael Fresno from Sacramento.
Oh, that's great.
California.
They're already going with the Australian.
All right, here we go. Smart. Starting it off right at the beginning. I like that poke from Stoja to get it started.
So do I. See, and you know, here I was telling you he wasn't going to be all that, so to speak, offensive a guy.
You know, I mean, he moves a lot, and in paddle, that is going to be a factor, right?
It absolutely does.
His ability to close and
just missed with that lob.
Yeah, he'll creep around the court out there. He doesn't have any problem moving forward and pulling the trigger on the right shot. A lot of his drives are placement oriented. You'll see it a lot on the return as well. He's not afraid to.
Oh yeah. See, that's one of my favorites actually to watch. That's what I'm talking about.
Tough.
So
he's there.
He's got 3 or 4 different.
It's a great ball.
Speed of quasi kind of tomahawk.
Oh yeah, I see it. Oh,
screen drives.
Yeah. That's good. I'm gonna go fix that.
No problem. I'll help you.
Yeah, it's all right.
All right.
Remember, we told Deb we can make as much noise as possible, Cal. Don't
as
worry
much
about
noise
it.
as possible.
Don't worry about it. Again, that's fine. I got you, Kyle. Anyway,
we've had the opportunity to have Mike Benson on the live stream several times.
I think so.
He's just a staple of the paddle community.
No question. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, he might even be the director over there now at Winnetka Paddle. I think that stayed in. I think that dropped in there.
It's a tough ball right there.
With the touch.
Yeah, gave it to him. I would have let that go as well. I think that was the right call, but it hit the line.
I'm not trying to be punny, but Mike has a touch with just being social and diplomatic anyway. So it doesn't surprise me that he has just the right amount of pace on the ball where it's going to stop on the line and not go a little long.
Yep.
Is that too cheesy? Too late?
No, I think you're right. I mean, really, honestly, nothing is as devastating as that ball that somebody hits at the floater speed and you're sure it's going out, and then it and then it drops like a stone and hits the line.
Yeah, if I had $5 every time, right? Sure. And I think I mentioned this before, but maybe I didn't, and I dreamt it. It's a pretty good kick serve there from Warren. Well, I always like the kick serve up the tee, because it kind of jams your opponent a little bit. They kind of have to get out of the way of hitting the ball. So sometimes we get too wrapped up in hitting corners, and something that would otherwise end up right down the middle is sometimes, or right down the center of the box, I should say.
It's a great
sometimes
lob.
Just as devastating as anything else. But,
yeah, I totally agree with you, and I think it's one of those things that you have to figure out early. So that's going to be an early break there.
Early break a serve
for South Barrington Club. But one of those things you have to figure out.
Raiders, that's what they are. That's what they are. You know it.
South Barrington anglers. But one of those things you have to figure out early is what somebody is good at on their return, and there's just, you know, there's sort of that unique player who likes the ball in the body, which doesn't happen very
Shabbat
often.
and shalom.
Are you being topical there, Kyle?
No. Oh.
I mean, I appreciate it
dear.
as a member of the tribe. I do
Well,
appreciate
I'll be back again.
So
Great
that's the kick serve I'm talking about from Wittenberg. Guy's got some serious talent,
Great serve.
racket skills. That thing just clipped the line and basically took off.
Yep.
So not much Mike could have done with that. It's a good return.
Solid.
Now speaking of letting balls go, which I, like I said, pretty much made a college career out of.
Well, that's tough to do, you know.
There was one point where I think I might have mentioned this, where I was so enamored. Okay, look, it's the jinx again. I
can't believe you screwed it up for him.
Bragging about him.
Compliment this.
But there was a point where I was so enamored with see, there you go. That's that pace where he can vary it and hold for a 2-love lead.
2Z.
Yeah. For South Barrington, for Soba, for the Raiders. I was so enamored with the backhand cross-court roll, one-handed backhand cross-court roll, that I would let it go every time somebody would hit it, Coach, in tennis. Like my coach wanted to kill me. Because I mean, I go to the net.
You just watch it.
Pretty much, yeah, because it was such a pretty shot. If you hit it on the run, like I know you have that shot, by the way. If you and I played, I don't know if you know
used
this,
to have that shot.
but if you and I played and you went for that shot on the run, I would let it go just to see if it goes in, because it's such a pretty shot. I know that sounds stupid, but it is stupid. But that's just the way I was. So I must have lost like a good 25 points in college.
just watching that ball.
Tanking it, yeah.
Look at that thing.
It's a nice serve. All right. Love 30.
Caught a little tape.
A little, yeah.
You do have the super white hot bright LEDs here at South Barrington Club that everyone's been successfully adopting. So you do run the risk of going blind on one very specific angle.
Sure, absolutely. We like it. I don't know. I think it was Mike Marino that called it the Ray Charles forehand volley. Like, you don't really know what's going on. I'm going to give Mike, because that just sounds like something Mike Marino would say. And I mean, it would be indelicate to talk about Ray Charles, who
Mike Marino would say a lot of things.
One of my favorite musicians of all time. But I don't mean to blame Mike for it, but I just thought it was a funny line. Anyway,
we're not allowed to repeat the other stuff that he says.
What do you tell you? I do.
Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder's an absolute hero of mine. Absolutely. Not because he's blind.
If you've seen the parking lot at Exmoor, there's Stevie Wonder belongs there as well. So that's how I learned about him. Nice. Parking joke. Something about country clubs make people think that the parking lines are just a suggestion. Although I guess technically speaking, on private property, they are.
It's not. I'm going to give everyone who is a country club member credit in this regard. The difficulty of any country club is that they are trying to maximize very limited parking lot space.
That is fair.
And so the amount of spots that they've had to jam into an area that do not belong there is absolutely, that's the toughest part about it.
Unquestionably. Speaking of jamming, Orrin Madison with a beautiful, and I mean beautiful, spinning kind of tomahawky deep overhead that just kind of sat down.
There's something great about the phrase tomahawky overhead.
Yeah, I know. Tomahawky being used as an adjective.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No less, no less.
Nice move right there. That is a good early jump from Stoja to intercept that before it goes to the screen. Smart.
All right, I think, if I'm not mistaken, what do we do? What do we do?
No, that was game.
Well, are you sure? Because he's still scoring.
No, I'm not sure. But I was following that.
What had happened was...
Yeah, I was following the score that the venerable Sean Albrecht
Don't worry about it.
Calling.
I was going to say. Well, technically now, if it's 30-40, it could have been 30 deuce.
You're right. I mean, it's possible. Also, no matter how many times we're like, hey, call the score extra loud.
It's add in.
You know what? It's definitely add in.
It's now add in. For those following at home, The current score is add in.
The password is
Password is.
Well, that's really.
That's a good shot.
That's what I'm talking. Look at that. See the hands from Owen Madison. Nice touch.
Oh,
Good
that's
touch.
a great play right there by
the way,
Benson.
tennis players have that shot. Men love scramble. Anyway, tennis players have that shot.
Yeah.
Literally that. It's a shoulder high, kind of chippy, so to speak.
Yep.
Tomahawky, yes. Chippy.
Yep.
Drop volley, and definitely Mike Benson could hit that and sleep off either side.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
and doing
This
so
will be
got
a
him
fun
on the
one to
board.
see how it plays out, especially because it certainly seems like Benson and Madison are willing to, put a little more pace into the screens.
Yep.
And it's not as though Wittenberg and Stoja are afraid of the screen drive. So
Not at
it's
all.
just sort of the trade-off of, have you shifted? Are you prepared? Can you do what Benson just did and turn a volley to your advantage
Yeah.
to create some offense? So
Yeah, unquestionably. And Wittenberg, as I said before, actually does have a two-handed backhand. So he can, if he needs to. It's a great
little
shot.
lead cord clipper.
That'll work. It's all skill there. I just
Years
tip
of
your
practice.
Cap. Tip your cap.
One of the guys did come out earlier and measure all the nets, so we just know that that's not a factor tonight. Anyone at home who was concerned that there was perhaps a quarter-inch difference that would have cost someone the match,
They
that is
measured
not
it.
the case.
They measured them. We don't know what they are, but we measured them.
They were all measured. They were all measured,
Yeah.
and they were all exactly the same incorrect height.
That's right. It's not like Inspector Number 12 with the Fruit of the Loom commercial where you know that each net is trying to whip that thing. Sometimes you just got to commit to that forehand. I mean, if you kind of decelerate into that thing, it's not always going to make everybody happy, so to speak. I mean, I'm not picking on Oren because we've all missed that, but I'm just telling you sometimes it's a matter of missing a little longer wide, kind of like Mike Benson just did.
Yep, that's tough. If you just let that serve react off your paddle, it's going to spin that thing out of bounds if you don't
Betcha. So
add a
40-15
little
is
bit
a
of your.
good
What a
move.
great move.
And a perfect pace.
Yeah,
Not to, be a broken record about
getting
it.
that to die.
I've been called worse than broken record. But yeah, great shot. So kind of climbing back in at 40-30. Pick
Oh,
up.
sneaky
I
half
mean,
volley
come
from
on.
Stoja.
Stoja just making it look easy was not an easy shot. I like that. Look at that. That little top spin on it. Come on. Putting on a clinic. Wonder if he gets his agent to get him that clinic. It's kind of like a slice, knocking that
He
slice
gets that
down.
clinic, and he also has his agent pick out all the blue M&Ms. That's what I've heard. He just doesn't
That's some depth on that roller.
because of the food dyes.
Well, your
That's
body
an
is a temple.
opportunity for Oren.
Steadiness. All right, am I wrong? Is this 4-1? No.
3-1.
So the answer is yes, Sean, you were wrong.
Well, you're not wrong as much as you might have been seeing the future. It's too soon to tell. You're
It's a
wrong
50-50
or you're
chance you were
clairvoyant.
right.
I mean, one of the two.
It's a nice serve.
It's a
from
good serve,
Madison.
yep.
Yeah, so far, I'm just going to say, I'm not seeing a huge amount, maybe other than Madison, of driving the return, which is, not necessarily a bad thing. Just an observation. It's a great shot.
That's a good ball. Got that to drop. Yeah, I would say Stoja is driving his return, but I think he's so far been kind of pinned into like a backhand screen drive, so
Yep.
it's kind of more of a push placement, that shot,
Exactly.
as opposed to really like going after something aggressive. Although that was a
Great
really
shot.
nice close
Great
on a
shot.
low push volley.
Yeah, unquestionably. We call it a-
Indubitably.
We call it a.
Indubitably.
Come on, Cal, your turn for vocabulary. Let's go. Two
I would agree.
Surreptitiously.
Affirmative.
So even if you're late, if you're using an Australian accent, it's supposed to make a difference. Nice shot from
Sure, why not?
Stoja.
Yeah. I could do a Cockney. Here, I'll move the mic
What
back
did you
up.
call me?
Come on, England, score some goals. So we're
They were
watching.
so talented.
you know, we had one viewer from the UK and we don't
That's the one
anymore.
I'm talking
What
about.
a great move, yeah.
If that isn't tomahawky, I don't know what is.
You're right.
I love the baseline volley from
That's
Benson.
good.
You're
That's
supposed
a
to
good
never
little
be able
block.
to do this. Good. Oh.
And is that the Bucharest backlash attempted?
Not necessarily. He's got to be.
I still
he's
don't know
got
what
to
it
be
is.
in
Not
front
yet.
of the
Wait
ball.
for it.
Yeah, I still
Wait
don't know what
for
it is.
it.
It's been months. It's been years. I always hear Sean say, and that's a wicked
That's a
Bucharest
good leave.
backlash, and then I miss it. I don't see what actually happened.
Well, they call it the Belleville bash too, because Jimmy Connors used to do that too.
Everything
so.
has
Yeah,
7
there's
different
gonna be-
names for the
exactly.
same shot.
Exactly. It's a good volley. Oh, you know what?
Nice
I was
lob.
trying to keep the speaker to a minimum, but when they get one of everybody's favorite songs, it's difficult to keep it down.
Ah, it's fine.
Look at the chip. It works.
Oh,
good hands
tough
from
one. Now they
Madison.
call that the Bensonville Blammo.
The Orville
Developed
Redenbach.
right down the street, I think. just north of Elmhurst.
My grandfather used to talk about how he bought his Bonneville in Bensonville. He thought it was the funniest thing ever.
I bought my
And I got to
Cadillac
tell you,
in
after
Catskill.
3 or 4 gin and tonics, I also would agree
it was
with him. Because that is the point at which he would, you know, enjoy that kind of joke.
Well, I'm old enough to be a grandpa, and I'm already enjoying it, so I don't know if that's an endorsement.
No, I think that's fine.
Good reset. Okay, caught a little miscommunication there, but you know
No,
what?
that's okay.
It worked out.
I think the big one here is actually going to start to be how well the teams can shift at the net in order to, you know, both defend and attack, right?
Yep.
Because if, you know, like that ball probably should be a pretty dedicated.
Close.
Yeah, that should probably be a pretty dedicated shift with
Yep.
Benson really taking over the middle of the court. Unless they're just swinging right back into their stool. But like that ball needs to be a move.
Yep. Sure.
Good volley.
Let's swang. You can't do that. You can't do that without the dance, man. That's what I used to say to some of the ladies. And don't take that the wrong way. What I meant was,
No, you have to.
you got to move.
The footwork has to be there with the shift.
One of us swings, the other one has to dance. That catch.
Yeah, that was a tough ball.
I have not seen. It looked like a seamer.
Yeah,
from that side.
caught the line and, you know, kind of kicked off the edge a little bit.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's creativity. Nobody uses that seam. Poor thing's just lonely.
No one uses that screen.
What kind of
Who hits that?
kind of sacrilege is that? So nice pick. Come on. You're not supposed to get a little dead in that kind of pace.
That's a good opportunity
Okay, see,
there. Close.
Here's the dangerous thing.
Yep.
I'm going to say it again. Here's the dangerous thing about Wittenberg with that screen drive above the shoulder. He's got like 4 or 5 different speeds.
Right.
He can smack it.
Right.
Yes. More or less tomahawky, if you
Yeah.
will. Yeah.
So sometimes he can like blast it, you know,
Yep.
right down at your feet.
Right.
But he also, if you start backing up too early, he can also
Kinda
kind of just
float it.
float it in
Yep.
there
Yeah.
and take the net. And that's one of the toughest balls to read. That's a great move.
Yeah, it was.
But that screen drive where somebody's hitting it from like eye high,
Sure.
and then, you know, it's just sort of tough as that ball is dropping at you to figure out if
Pick.
it's going to be in or out.
That's the one. Good eye from Madison. Not a bad move from Stozier, by the way.
I think
Uncharacteristically hit the little
Stozier
long.
might have been expecting a little bit more of a
Pace.
bail
Oh,
from, you know, I think he was looking to kind of float it in there, and then when they stayed, he needed to do a little more with it. It's good placement.
it almost worked out that it was long. Otherwise, you're in a pretty bad position, I suppose. Nice.
Indubitably.
Yeah, there's a lot of, by the way, we
I've
left
received an SMS text message.
Quick, better check it. Could be one
Yes,
of your
goals.
fans.
I didn't, you know, I haven't mentioned that you're single now, Cal, yet tonight.
Oh, sorry, Cal.
I just wanted to make sure.
Too soon.
It's not necessarily an unhappy thing. I think
Well, it's because there could be, you know, someone watching on stream
Oh.
who is very interested
Yeah.
in a young Cal Noble.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, he's
An old Cal
6'14",
Noble? No way.
and he's got a dynamite sense of humor.
Right. Right. You guys are fans of Alan Partridge?
Alan Partridge.
The murderer?
Wait a minute. Alan.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You like
the actor.
Partridge Family type thing?
Well, no, I was just.
Does he drive around in the school bus too? Same
No,
guy?
it's just times like that I think of the one super famous clip of him where he's like, "This
Good
is
shot.
great banter." It really is.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. By the way, they got away with a little bit of. Looks like Oren maybe tweaked the left shoulder just a little bit on that last roller,
bummer.
and he pounded it, which was a great idea, by the way, at the feet of Josh Wittenberg. It seemed to work out though. It just looked like he might have hurt himself there. So we're going to keep an eye on that for a while.
This
we
is why
don't
we
have
need
a team
Dr.
trainer, do we?
McCall on
Yeah,
call
you know what? Great
to
idea.
analyze the replays.
If we
and
did,
All right, that was too
wouldn't
many
that be awesome?
things.
Yeah.
If we did, it would be phenomenal. That's you know what? There you go.
Listen, all I know is after this match, I'm sending Oren to Illinois Bone and Joint.
Who was that on the commercial? Can I say this preemptively because I know it? I don't want to ruin the surprise.
Oh my gosh, the commercial is on right now as we speak.
Oh, here we go.
Hi everyone,
Where'd you go?
my name is Faith. I'm an athletic trainer
It's Faith,
for
okay.
Illinois Bone and Joint
I just wondered,
Institute.
every so often
Today
it
we're
would be
going to
nice
talk
if
about
Faith-
ACL injuries and how it relates to paddle. I'm sure everyone's heard of the ACL, but in case you don't know what that stands for, ACL is the anterior cruciate ligament. It's a huge stabilizer in your knee. Essentially, it keeps your knee, so your shin bone, your tibia, from pulling anteriorly, so forward on your thigh bone, your femur, and it keeps you stable when doing dynamic activities. This can get torn from a couple different mechanisms. So one being quick and aggressive deceleration, knee hyperextension, or a plant and twist or valgus, letting your knee cave inwards towards your midline mechanism.
We're back at it, if you will. Whatever I'm at, I'm back at it. And so is Matt McClure. I'm Sean Albrecht. And Cal
Unfortunately,
Noble.
Cal passed away.
Cal, don't call me Kyle Noble. We stop
I've-
saying.
I've-
What kind of morbid sense?
No, what you didn't mention my name. It made it seem like something
that
happened.
doesn't mean
well,
that you
got around to
Come
it.
on, man.
It was unlikely that it happened in that period of time.
Well,
Were you always this sensitive, or is just now that she's not, seeing any?
No, it has nothing to do with that.
Great forehand volley.
no, it's just
See the
normal stuff,
form?
Sean. Like food doesn't have taste. All of my favorite hobbies don't interest me anymore. It's just simple stuff.
All right, fair enough. Well, I'm sorry.
I can't see color.
I'm sorry.
The world is
Some
gray.
chatting.
All music is noise.
All right.
That's a great serve right there. That's a
crazy
tough kick.
serve.
That was a service game and a half.
That
we
is
at-
going to be it right there on that
4-2, yeah.
game. Yep.
All right, so we're at 2-4. By the way, if
And-
you've just joined us, we are at the lovely South Barrington Club Inn. And there are some historic landmarks. I joke a lot, but there are some historic landmarks here in South Barrington.
You mean like the pool?
Actual,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. No, the pool that was buried that we didn't
right.
haul away, the ones that that's probably some
Listen,
type
it was
of
easier to
hazard,
bury it.
A biohazard now?
I got to tell you, that has been said many times throughout history. It was easier to bury it. In a variety of circumstances.
Well, anyway, we are at the South Barrington Club. Great paddle facility here.
Nice. Good
Relatively new
heavens.
paddle facility. Nice blitz from. You just saw Josh Wittenberg blitz. He's got the Halloween Hustler T-shirt on, which it shows a lot of style to me. He's playing, of course, for the South Barrington Club Raiders, and serving there. That was Mike Benson, and hitting that forehand volley was Oren Madison. Josh, again, Wittenberg just hit that lob, and that's Mike Stozier with the beautiful form on the backhand lob down the middle like that. The Winnetka, we're going to call them the Anglers.
Sure.
Maybe that was okay. We just try to make up the mascots.
You didn't like the cerebellums?
No, you know what? Cerebellums is actually working better. I'm sorry, Coach. Can we
No,
take
it's
that
fine.
again?
Nope.
Should we stop and do it again?
Nope, you've cast your vote.
Darn it.
Just wait for me to weigh in.
No. Well, when I
roller.
vote in the afternoon, I'll go to it. Because we're allowed to do that. It's Illinois. We're allowed to vote like 3 or 4 times, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, you can. Your pets can.
I'm just saying.
Actually, my pets have.
Good for you.
I thought she took him with her.
That's a smart switch
15.
right there. Good cover.
Super teamwork.
Wittenberg.
Look at Stoja.
Yep.
Kind of classic compact backswing forehand down the middle like
He's
that.
got the Billy Crystal backhand.
Awesome karaoke singer, by the way, is Crystal. I don't know if anybody's ever seen him. Fantastic. One of the best.
One of the best.
15:30. I'm just telling you. I'm trying to be topical, you know. All right. So Mike Benson serving 15:30 down and 2-4.
Great serve.
Seeing if they can get back to an on-serve situation. Boy, you better recognize.
You better recognize. That was
It stayed in. I think that stayed
sneaky
in.
little shot.
Yeah.
That was kind of what you were mentioning earlier there, Shawner, with like it's dangerous to put the ball up in that spot because of the
Exactly.
change in speeds.
For him, yeah.
Yeah,
for,
so
definitely
it
for him.
crosses at
You're right.
a place where if he had hit it 5 miles an hour faster, it would have been out for sure.
Yep.
But because he didn't absolutely smoke it, it dropped down because of
he's
how
got it.
high.
Like I said, I just noticed he's got a really good feel for that, and that's not easy to do. That's just natural.
Yeah. I don't know how many more of those overheads you want him to have a look
no,
at.
No, he kind of owns it.
Yeah, it's,
Hasn't missed one.
I would probably start trying to make him beat you with his backhand screen drive.
Yeah, absolutely. If you angle it in there.
That's a good shot.
Kind of like that.
Yeah,
Just
a little bit
long.
deep. Smart, though.
All right, still add out. Trying to climb back into the set a bit here. Not that they're way out of it, because really not. It's a really nice kick serve. Oh! It's all right. He's
Nuts.
just got.
You know, I'm with Mike Benson on that one. As you close on that forehand volley, and he feels like he barely touched it. And it's not like the return got smoked.
No.
It's just that if you get a little bit of that momentum, you know, still in your feet,
Which
and
is
it can just transfer to the ball so easily.
unquestionably, which is really easy to do, by the way. As a great, I mean, he is a superb serve and volleyer. Trust me, as a tennis player.
Yep.
One of the best. I mean, I've ever played for sure.
Yeah, he's definitely got some
You know,
muscle
this is
memory to
years
fight.
ago. Yeah, but no. What I'm saying is, yeah, you're not used to stopping and popping. You know what I'm saying? You're just literally staying stationary and just volleying without any step.
Yeah. Would you say that he can pop and lock?
Don't be absurd.
You know what? I haven't been to too many bar mitzvahs with him, but from what I understand, he is a force out there. I mean, I could just tell you, anybody that the DJ will call out on the floor.
Oh yeah.
I think you pretty much have free license. You have talent. I think there's no question about it. When DJ Famous brings you out on the and says, "Hey man, get out here and cut something for me." Look
What
at
a
that.
great return.
I know. By the way, he used to do that all the time at tennis. It's funny to watch him do them on the paddle
Yeah,
court.
that nice early
Yeah.
shift to pick that up.
All right, fives. Stoja serving for the set here. And of course, as I say that, I'll shut up, Mike. Sorry.
It's okay. He
It's just-
believes
I'm
in
such a-
himself. It's going to be fine.
What kind of a commentator? The worst.
He read that too and just didn't quite get the
Right.
leverage on the ball that he wanted.
And he did have Josh a little away from the net where it might have been a problem to get it over. Kind of been
Over there
sitting
on
in his
court
lap.
2, you can see our buddy Alec Manning grinding it out, formerly an assistant of ours at Skokie Country Club when Paget and I first started
Is that
there.
right?
I mean, it must have been,
Did you tie him to
I
a
don't know,
chair
it's like
too?
35 years ago. No. We never abducted any of the other assistants, just your son.
Well, that brings us to our first set point.
You know, one day I'm actually going to make sure that Christian is
Or was that the set?
listening. It does seem like it. It's got to be the set. Well, if it's a set, we're just going to
He must have converted that shot. I thought
didn't
for
think
sure
he did.
it was.
I didn't think he did.
I
I
didn't
thought
think
they
he
were
did
going
either.
back.
But okay.
All right, well,
Well, hey, set number 1, quick rotation. We'll be back real quick with set number 2 right here at South Barrington Club after these messages.
Don't go anywhere.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust. Different approach, better results.
From the heart of Chicago up to the North Shore and stretching from the northwest suburbs down to Kankakee. From urgent in-office care to virtual in-home visits, we're making orthopedic care available wherever and however you need it. Because while we're adapting our lives to keep each other safe, we know that new injuries will happen and old injuries will still linger. And IBJI is here to help.
Speaking of Serena Williams.
Perfect timing. Gosh, what a team.
Back.
Gosh. Set number 2 of the playoffs, Series 4, semifinals.
James Madison versus George Benson.
Mike, don't call me George Benson.
Former president.
Oh, we're playing pickleball.
In a sense,
Look
I
at the
guess.
touch. Oh,
That's the idea.
he just chased it a little too high.
Which is
He
fine.
was there. He had it.
Easy to
Just a
do when you
little
win the
too
first set and
high.
you're feeling good about yourself. Well, anyway, we are back, and if you've just joined us, that was Orrin Madison missing a very uncharacteristic forehand volley in the net.
First one
For his
of the
team.
match, actually.
He and his teammate Mike Benson of the Winnetka cerebellums. I don't know how. Isn't there a plural for that? Cerebelli or something? Wouldn't that be there?
Call us the Backstreet Boys.
Cerebellis.
This track does have a little Backstreet Boys vibe.
I think the plural of cerebellum is a murder. No, that's something else.
Murder. I said murder because you said murder.
I think
It's a pretty big mustache.
Anyway.
what's a murder? A group of foxes? No. that's
Something
not
like
it.
that. It is something like that, though. Well, anyway, we are back at South Barrington Club in the paddle hut trying to make as little noise as possible.
Why?
I know. Why would we do that? I don't know why we would do that. I'm not sure.
Great backhand right there.
Super. And you know what?
From
Weren't we saying
Wittenberg.
we'd rather him hit the backhand screen drive? Weren't we saying that? And
Well,
what did he do?
I was mentioning earlier that if I was going to make a change in this next set, I was saying I would want, Madison and Benson to start to make Wittenberg drive his backhand off
Sure.
the screen
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
he just got a lot of looks at his forehand in the last set.
Yeah.
But if he's going to flip the switch and hit his backhand that well, maybe it's not
Well,
a
I'm
great
just telling
plan.
you, what you're seeing by that happening is what you're seeing is, as I said, my college tennis career in a nutshell right there.
Nice flex.
Well,
This guy's got no backhand, and he passes me like 15 times on the backhand.
Sean, I've got the answer for you here. I have some collective nouns for groups of animals.
Oh.
A gaggle of geese,
Yeah, we
a
kind
herd
of
of
knew
cattle,
that one, but go ahead.
a pile of eagles, an uneasy
wait. Say it again.
partnership
A
of
pile?
coyotes, a 101.5 The Hammer FM of moths, a wad
These
of
are great.
raccoons, a business lunch of meerkats,
Okay.
a duffel bag of seals, a typist pool of iguanas.
These are all correct.
A Martin Landau of goats,
Okay.
and a small intimate gathering of crocodiles.
Wow, a little long with the serve there, and
Just
they're broken.
deep.
So
Martin
the
Landau.
Winnetka cerebelli.
That was a well-pulled list,
Yes,
Cal.
that was.
And I love it when the viewers have the chance to learn something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Because
guess
they're
I'm
not
a
doing it
viewer
from our
'cause-
paddle commentary.
I guess I'm
so
a viewer because I didn't know that.
you are now both a viewer and an announcer.
Yeah. Unfortunately for everybody, yes. But anyway, so Josh Wittenberg and Mike Stoja. Josh just about to serve, by the way, from the South Barrington Raiders. Won the first set 6-3, and now are up 1-love in the second. I'm telling you, it's a high bounce and kick serve. That's probably as lively as he's hitting it, because I think it's, about 40 degrees out there, so that thing's
Yeah.
jumping a bit.
Yeah,
My
it's-
knee doesn't hurt. It's probably closer to 30.
What are you, 71? Stop it.
You
Stop
can
the
tell it's
arthritis.
exactly 31
I
degrees
know,
when Cal's
I know.
head swells up.
Yeah. It
You just
almost
can't
looks
tell.
normal size for a
Yeah,
moment.
you just can't tell. All right, so quick 30 love. Good lob.
I think Wittenberg has only started to add more spin to his
Oh,
serve
you haven't
as
seen
the
that
match
in a
has
while.
gone on.
I think you're right. Oh, I love that last Can you see that replay? try it?
I mean, we'll try.
Can you see if Madison can hit that forehand and
No.
miss it?
Yeah, that was impressive, though.
Where he kind of almost quasi-whiffed on it and then still made the shot off the screen. That was impressive.
You have the opportunity to do that sometimes, though, in paddle.
Yes.
It's kind of interesting because if you misread a spin, the point is not over. You know,
Yes.
you can let it go and recover and dig something out off the screen.
A bunch of different ways.
Not
in fact.
impossible.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, how many times have we just let a drive go? Yeah, you were going to volley it, but you're like, oh, I kind of missed it. Okay, 2 in a row there for Wittenberg.
Takes us to deuce.
Back to deuce, which is impressive enough. He had kind of a 2-point lead there. Look at that. It's kind of an urgent situation. Oh, look at that. No, that's a terrible foreigner joke. As that's a little long. Yeah, I'm telling you, it is warmer. I mean, it's not warm, because I'm telling you, my wife would disagree with me if I said it was warm. But it is definitely warmer than you'd think that might. Oh, that would have done it too. Sometimes you just can't one-time that sucker. You know what I mean? You just
You
gotta.
guys like, Sean, sorry, just about the weather. I started playing this fun game of decreasing my 401k contributions every time I can comfortably wear a sweater or a short sleeve in December.
What are you?
How's it going?
Yeah, we're getting matched. Well, yeah, the CPTC live. Yeah, it's going good. I'm almost
All right, I'm not going to say it. I was going to mention your breakup there. I'm just kidding. I'm just wondering how. No wonder with all the stuff you're doing. I'm just
putting our future at risk. Yeah.
She's like, I want a man who's going to put my 401k up every time.
Who's not going to base it on the weather?
What's wrong with that?
What kind
The
of
weatherman is always right.
It's the same
When
as
was the
basing
last
it
time he
on
was wrong?
any of the stuff that I read.
Well, I don't read. I just watch the Weather Channel.
Clever.
You know what?
You've really found a way around the whole process.
And, yeah.
It's a good-looking forehand.
Yeah, this is particularly good net positioning right here as
Gets
well.
away with it. It's about time.
From Madison Benson. They just did not have to take any extra steps while volleying during that point. So they just kind of locked in and locked on. Oh, just a little wide.
I thought that might have curved in, but it did not.
Yeah.
And by nice, good eye for Warren Madison. Credit. Hats off.
Card.
Salute. Good shot. I like the pace on it. Yeah. Even though Stozier read it, you just got to show it to him. This pickup, it's a good move.
Yeah,
it's a
tough.
great move. Just anticipatory move from Wittenberg. It's just like a good 1-2. You can tell they've been playing together for a while. Because, I mean, not only that, basically he took off pretty early right there. Look at that, yeah. He's going to make the train with that kind of move. Oh, look at that, the Statue of Liberty. I'll pretend to hit the ball and you hit it. I love it. Even if it was inadvertent. Yeah, you play with me and we try that. I just whiff it the last, oh, I thought you were going to hit it.
Yeah, but you just do that for show.
I swing and I hit myself in the shin. Roller. All right, still 40-30 though.
I really like that medium speed roller that Madison has hit a couple of times.
Oh, he knows that. He's on it. Yeah. Oh,
nice
look at
hands.
Unbelievable racket skills from Benson to take the game.
To flip that around.
Come on, man. He did a pirouette for crying
out loud. That was a full tomahawk recovery.
Who was talking about
backhand
pop
flick.
locking? Huh? There you go, right there. That was like a Michael Jackson spin. Maybe not Michael, maybe Tito. All right, let's keep Michael out of it. He's too good.
That was a pop and lock.
It was. That was amazing.
That was a lot better than my shuffle and dangle.
I think it was in a duo called Shuffle and Dangle. A ways back. We were.
Didn't we release a hip hop album? I feel like Shuffle and Dangle.
A folk rock group called Shuffle.
Shuffle and Dangle either released a folk rock album or an ice cream flavor. One of the two.
Or both.
I mean, I guess you could get into all kinds of product if you do well.
Yeah, the first album was called Sorry. All right, Stoja to serve at
little deep.
2-1. Boy, somebody really likes it. No, that wasn't for this court, just so you know. It's a.
You know what, though?
Looked a little
You
long,
gotta
too.
enjoy. Yeah, I agree. A little deep.
Yeah.
This is ultimately what playoff
That's what I
paddle
was
is
gonna
all
say.
about.
It's
you know?
This is playoffs, dude. You're right. Coach, you're absolutely right on the money there.
Everybody's in it. You know, anybody who's on the team but
hands.
not playing tonight, or
Absolutely.
or made the effort to come out and watch and support everybody.
Yep.
Plenty of members around.
No question.
Watching people play.
Great blitz move, by the way. We'll get a chicken wing from.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a good leave.
Whitberg. But no, let's see if Oren can pull the same magic he did last time. Took this thing early, kind of did a blitz off his own return, and maybe, just maybe, Mike Stoja was thinking a little bit about it that time.
Yeah, I
Sometimes
agree.
you can win the break point, 2 points prior just because you did something that might just bother the other team. So what are we at? Deuce was wild right now, so they're back in it here, and I like this move, this pause right here for a little bit of strategy from Benson and Madison.
So like Benson, kind of like a personal hero now that he keeps a cloth with him to clear his glasses.
Yes.
Because I'm always like in the middle of a match, I got to get off the court like an idiot. And he's,
because you didn't plan ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, the way you said idiot, there's just a lot of angst in there. I'm not a psychologist.
I think you're being too hard on yourself.
You mean about me not being a psychologist? No way did you
No,
get
that I'm okay with.
All right, yeah, I think most people would be okay with that.
It's like a dentist calling himself a doctor.
Well,
we love all of our dentists.
I don't think you want me with a medical degree.
And also,
anyway.
actually, they do go to medical school, so it's they you know what? It's fair. I take that. I just countered my own point there.
Did the whole thing.
I have ultimate respect for dentistry.
That was amazing. You started off by gatekeeping the medical profession for no reason, and then you were like, actually,
Magic.
I'm okay with it.
Speaking of chiropractic medicine, I'm just throwing it in there, trying to get a segue in there.
Nice.
Unbelievable
Great
drop
touch.
volley from Mike Benson. And the crowd is loving it. I'm not sure it's for this court over here, but that's not the point. I just think the enthusiasm is just another one.
Great touch again.
It gets to a point where you don't
at
want
this
to leave it
point,
up
I
there.
think you have to stop hitting that half-speed drive down the middle of the court.
Yep.
Now
Especially
they'll
with
never
Benson at
expect
the
it a
net
fourth
like that.
Well, if he keeps this up,
I mean, he just is reading that ball particularly well.
I'm surprised he didn't try another one right there.
We'll never expect it a fourth time.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
It's
He's
true.
there. Good switch. Did that stay in?
No, it was a little bit of a miss hit. It kind of came off the top edge of his paddle and just floated long.
All right, so I'm just going to say it. I think we need another drill, like just a drop-in drill for how to miss-hit the ball and keep it in. I mean,
well, you should teach that one.
you know what? I probably should, yes.
That actually could be finally something you guys are talking about. I could consult on.
Okay.
Is that right?
Great.
a
Sean
specialty.
has the best shank game I've ever seen
I've got
in the history of the
He does it
world.
again.
I've got the shank. Sean's got the getting it in part.
Yeah, no, Sean will miss-hit a full swing, and it will flutter a mile in the air and then land inside the baseline, and then spin so weird that you'll be like, I don't even know what to do with this thing.
Okay.
And then he also was
you, that's
smart
very
enough to
kind.
use the strategy correctly, which is when you hit a miss hit, you go to the net because it's not going to
because what
bounce
is it gonna happen?
predictably.
Yeah, exactly.
And so then you manage to scramble a ball back, and he's standing right there.
So I think we're at deuce.
We are to deuce. But I was going to say, there's one thing about mishitting the ball 95% of the time that you hit the ball, period, which is what I do. And that's the reason why. Because that's a nice pick. And you know what? You got to give Oren Madison some credit there. When he did half volley this ball, he didn't half volley it and float it. He kind of actually kept a nice line drive.
Yeah.
Maybe cleared the net by a couple inches, which made the volley from Wittenberg tougher.
You're right. It was no Sean Albrecht Missed it for
Shank,
sure.
yeah.
I think I'm still on it. I think
ball.
that you used to play with that 7-2 hammer because it was the thickest thing you could hit shanks with. I think it was your part of your whole strategy. Yeah, did they make anything thicker than this?
Not at this time. I do not. I admit it.
Oh, what a pick.
I got
Oh,
at
2
that.
in a row? Oh, this will be quite the play from Wittenberg here if they can convert. That was a lot of dodging.
It was.
The
Look at this.
SA.
Reed.
Leo sit. Oh.
Little wide. It's a great point. Both
was.
teams.
The SA 58 Shankleton XL. New racket developed by.
Oh. So I'm playing bar. No, I'm playing this guy. Oh, here's a name out of the past. Rob Pinkham. Good backhand volley inside out, by the way. One of the most beautiful shots when done properly from Warren Madison there. This guy, Rob Pinkham, great forehand. We'll go into that later. But I remember Rob, I played about 10 sets with this guy because he would practice for the tour, right? And he would just beat up on me. I was a punchy guy. But I remember him saying, you know, Sean, I thought he was going to say something nice. And he said it right in front of a crowd. He goes, you know, Sean, I played rackets. I played tennis all over the world, okay? I play with a million different guys. I've never seen anybody miss hit the ball more and keep it in than you at your level. I don't understand it.
That is a nice thing to say.
You hit your serve sweet, maybe your overhead, and everything else is off center.
Oh, nice try.
Super
That's a
shot. That
good
thing did come
overhead
up
on
for
that
air.
spot. Yep.
And I was beaming with pride. Yes, yeah. But
You just should be like, you're welcome. I mean, how can you get this kind of practice at your level without me being out here?
See, and I always thought it was solid. That's the sad part. I thought it was doing so good.
Caught another ball right in the corner, shot out. Tough one. That is a hold right there
All right,
for
so what are we,
Madison
3-2?
Benson. Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Two serving three.
Let's give them credit, man. They're hanging. And if you just joined us, we are again at the South Barrington Club in the clubhouse, getting the vibe of the clubhouse, the atmosphere, atmos of the clubhouse. Here, you're watching a
And it
playoff
is
match.
infectious.
It is. You're watching a playoff match between the South Barrington Raiders and the Winnetka Cerebelli. We're making those mascots up, by the way. If anybody wonders if there are actual
don't look that
sweatshirts
up.
with cerebellum on it, there is none. Not as far as we know. But right now you'll be seeing on the near side, Josh Wittenberg just about to serve, and his partner Mike Stoja for the South Barrington Raiders, and he's serving to Warren Madison and his partner. Well, Warren almost got a hold of that one. Wow. I'm trying to think.
That was a big swing.
It was. I'm trying to think. There's a real tall Swedish tennis player that has the same kind of forehand. A little long. He's got the. I'm telling you.
Jan Jurgen.
That's it.
No, it's not.
That's the
yet.
one.
That's it,
No,
for sure.
It can't be. No. Matter of fact, if I'm not mistaken, I'm really blowing it because I think it's the dude that beat up on Nadal in the French Open.
It's the chef from the Muppets.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's awesome. Anyway, I love that guy. I know I can't get my mustache ever to look like that. I want to.
Well, it's tough.
I know my.
You don't have enough
You
felt.
can do that. You're right. Is that what we're calling it? Yeah, we call that felt now. That's a hip way of saying, you know, you're virile.
No, I think it's actually saying that he's a Muppet.
Oh, all right.
He's made of felt.
Thanks.
Yeah.
See,
now I
can you
get it.
roll with it? Let's roll with it a little more, Cal.
Well, it's no different than what Steve Harvey's doing with that, like, magic marker.
Oh, that's actually felt.
He's implanted felt.
Sit.
He's done the Urlacher.
It stayed
What
in.
a dig,
And
and he
an
dug it
unbelievable
out.
speed from Stoja.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, he just turned on the afterburners,
Yep.
man. I mean, I didn't think he was going to even
He
get
picked it up.
half there. Amazing.
And I was with Mike Benson. I was surprised to see that ball come back over
Yep.
as well.
Yep.
He was kind of walking up a little bit,
Yep.
like this one's over.
You know, I would call this a momentum point only
And he
because
dug it out.
they thought it was going to be over, and
Yep.
it wasn't.
I would also say that in this set in particular,
Tomahawk.
Benson.
What a pick.
And yeah, I
Called
agree.
it a
Little
long.
deep, little
I think
deep.
it looked a little long. Anyway.
Yeah,
Super
Madison
point.
and Benson have been lobbing much better
Yep.
in this set
Yep.
than in the first set.
You're right,
and
Coach.
I think it's proving to be a bit of a difference maker.
It's definitely.
Nice dig.
Yeah, sometimes it's
Oh,
not.
great pick.
If you're going to lob it short.
Touch. That's a good play right there.
Again,
Nice
did not come
combination of shots.
I thought he was going to get a little bit more of a shot at that one.
That's a good reminder that you do need to pick and stick a little bit, you know,
Yep.
even at, you know, these levels where everybody, you know,
That's the right idea, though.
knows what they're doing.
That's the right
if
idea.
you can get somebody to scramble for 3, 4, or 5 shots in a row, you got to kind of keep the ball on them, try to keep the pressure on.
Oh, unquestionably. By the way, and I'll just say this because I've got a one-hander. Somebody having to hit a one-handed backhand off of that live kick serve that Wittenberg has, not an easy thing to do if you're going to one-time it.
No, it's tough.
No, so you really kind of have to either, you know, maybe change your grip a little bit, not to be instructive about it, and go with like a Guga Kirtan, like, you know,
Guga.
Western backhand grip or something just to get on top of it. You're gonna
One of the
drive it.
greatest backhands of all
Oh,
time.
absolutely. And Quaffs, awesome hairdo. That guy, I love that dude. I don't mean it that way, Cal. Don't talk to me. Don't look at me that way. It's a good pickup. That's the athletic ability I'm talking about from Wittenberg. I mean, that ball was almost behind him, and he
Just
was
a little
still able to
deep,
pick
yeah.
that
Good
thing
dig. Good dig. I always enjoyed Guga Kirtan, a Brazilian tennis player in the
Oh, he's
90s and
awesome.
2000s, who would
Awesome.
say that he considered himself a surfer first and a tennis player second.
You
And
know,
I think his hair really sold it. I would
bought
agree
it, yeah,
with that.
You buy it when he says it.
He would be like, sure, I have to play at the
Yeah.
French Open, but, you know, where can I get to
Yeah.
the beach as quickly as possible?
You know, it's really funny, too. A lot of his opponents just looked like they were having a miserable day, and he's out there. Isn't this
Yeah,
great?
he was one of those dudes that, like, yeah,
Great return
he
from
couldn't have a
Stoja.
bad day.
No, there is no such thing. All right, so 15-30, super knockdown slice return from Stoja, showing some serious skill there. Okay, Benson just rock solid on that serve.
Yeah.
Caught the back edge there. It's a beautiful backhand volley. Oh, yeah. The lob volley. Creative, not as effective as we'd like, though. Not all the time. All right. Should be 30-40. I don't know why he's serving from the deuce side.
I thought so as well, but then I assumed that I had screwed up.
Oh, unless it's, well, maybe not. All right. You know what? What do I know?
It's got to be
I've
add
only
in then.
I've
yeah.
only been scoring tennis since I was
assumed
6, you know, only 50 years. What do I know?
Evidently not much,
Yeah, well, thanks, Cal.
or as much as I do.
No, you're right.
Which I think is more insulting, actually.
Or is it the perfect amount?
No.
It's good pace there. Slice. You know, it's really funny. Wittenberg hasn't hit one two-handed backhand. Here I am bragging about it. But he can. I'm just telling you. Because we strong
You know,
enough.
sometimes, yeah, I agree with you, and sometimes it can be a little bit tougher to pull off on the paddle court if it's not something that like is
Yes,
like
yes.
truly locked into your game.
Right.
Because I would also say that he's so good at digging out of the screens, and he's clearly using one hand all the time for that. So sometimes it's a little strange to all of a sudden really go after a two-handed backhand.
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's. I'm just talking right now to avoid copyright issues. That's all I have to say there. 'cause
I'll
I
look forward
really
to
heard
our
the-
first.
I really heard the.
If we
music
get our
there.
first strike from YouTube on the copyright side, at least it means they're aware of our operation.
Well, that would be an exciting first step.
I like that
Stoja,
decision.
So did I.
Yeah.
It's especially at that point in the game.
Maybe trying to make it a little too perfect, trying to
think
really
so.
feather it right over the top of the net, cause problems with height.
I mean, I have an obsessive streak. No, really, I do.
You're an obsessive streaker?
That too. But I didn't want to bring that up. See, there you go. This is why she left you, Cal. You're just going to bring stuff up on the air that nobody really wants to know about, because nobody wants to imagine that happening anyway. But
that was a solid high five.
Super Bowl.
I'm just saying, I just like the idea of trying to make things a little too perfect. I mean, we've all been there. At least I have. So if Stoja misses another one like that, I'm not blaming him. Actually, we should just start a club. By the way, it just came to me.
We're having jackets made.
It just came to me. It was Robin Soderling is the guy that I was thinking.
Oh, that's right, Robin Soderling. Yeah.
So Orrin Madison's got a little Robin Soderling on the forehand side.
Yep.
Benson just missing. Just kind of looking to be aggressive. Nothing wrong with that. Especially at 4-3.
That serves a little deep.
And he still pounded that thing off the. Wow.
Smoked it anyway.
He did. Well, this is why Wittenberg's been picking on the backhand side. Because, I mean, Benson's forehand when he gets rolling, that was, speaking of which.
Another great return.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. Orrin hit an unbelievable shot. He doesn't look pleased, but I think he's hurting himself a little bit. I think he just, had a little bit of an issue there. It's a good serve. Deep,
yeah.
Back edge of the line.
Yep.
It clipped it. All right, 30 buckets. Oh, yes.
Nice move. Good flex.
Stoja not phased at all. Sit. No.
Well, he saw it coming early enough as well, where
he
as soon as he saw Benson take off, he gave himself enough time to retreat and dig a ball out.
Exactly.
One of the best things you can do in paddle is learn, to be confident in moving away from the net. It sounds totally counterintuitive.
You're right.
But if you can get that sense and maybe get an early jump on I don't like the way this is developing, you can keep yourself in so many points by surrendering.
Great shot didn't come up for air. You're right, Coach. You're absolutely right. Other thing I could tell you is pausing, not necessarily split stepping, but pausing in paddle, because it's really not a step into the ball volley game. So right there, notice Stoja right when the ball was hit. It's a nice touch. How did he get that over the net?
Tough.
He's a magician. Stoja the Magnificent. You could be his lovely assistant, Cal. All right.
I mean, if you work out a little.
I know you'd have to. I would be his ugly assistant.
Deep? I think deep.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
One day we'll have Hawkeye. I think, you know what I'm saying? It'll be cost effective. We'll be able to do that. Again, another Robin Soderling.
We can't be that far away with AI being able to put a cell phone on the side of the court and just have Hawkeye, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's got to be close.
Should get that with every Mint Mobile subscription.
Shot spot.
Exactly.
What we've done is we've chosen the smallest racket sport in the world and made an application that is inclove on every cell phone.
We just wanted to own that niche. Here we are at twos. Look at that thing. That just dove. There's Greg Louganis forehand there. Sit down. Cal.
No, I just don't know how you just name drop.
Well, he's an Olympic diver. What do you want? Come on, man.
A recognizable
Am I supposed to follow? Well.
Yeah, we're trying to be topical.
It's not Michael Phelps.
No, Phelps doesn't dive.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying Olympians. I could name 4 Olympians. Lindsey Vonn, Michael Phelps.
You're 12 years old.
And that's it.
Good on.
And that's it.
But I'm a million years old. I know. I've been through I remember Mount Olympus. It was.
Yeah, it was out. It's a Madison Benson ad, I think.
I like that move, by the way. That's going in.
Yeah.
There's the miss hit. I could just tell you from personal experience that miss hit was
that one in?
That was going in.
It was going to
bite,
bite,
That one was
baby.
long. We're back to deuce. I'll keep talking you through it. It's fine.
We're good. Deuce. Okay,
solid return
tell you
again.
What, he's just keying in. It's ball machine practice for Orrin.
Yeah, he's dialed on that forehand return now. There's not a lot phasing him.
Not at all. It's good. I love that slice. Smart move.
Oh, here's the blitz.
You know
Oh,
what? You know-
look at that
and you know
play
what?
from
To
Benson.
your point, Coach, what won him that was that great lob.
Agreed.
I'm telling you, above the lights, gave Benson a little bit of time to get in there and maybe get position. So what are we looking at right now? A little 5-3 action going the other way.
Above the Lights is the name of Cal's autobiography.
No, actually, it's
15 low.
Vendetta
Outside.
Against Success.
Vendetta against success.
Vendetta.
The Cal Noble story.
It's a lot better than mine, Loserville.
Oh. Well, that'll sell.
All right. 30 love. Good volley. Look at him get the half volley. Oh. Okay, so let me get this straight. He
sneaky.
hit the half volley reset perfectly and then missed. It wasn't a comfortable low volley, but
No, but
still.
that, you get a little bit of that kind of up and back,
Sure.
action, that kind of yo-yo play. Like you do theoretically, if you're not driving a ball, with a real intent to hurt somebody with a shot, your next best version of offense is to get them to go forward and backward, high and low.
Oh yeah.
So that
that's a great-
decent lob where somebody steps back, and then even a sort of mediocre drive that forces them to bend their knees and get below the net. I mean that sequence is tough repeatedly.
That's a super insight, Coach, because a lot of people don't think three-dimensionally like that. I know I don't. I appear three-dimensionally, but I don't. I appear four-dimensionally.
That's
What
a nice
shot.
move right there
Come
from
on.
Wittenberg. That's a great shift.
All right, Reed Richards. He's Mr. Fantastic. That arm came out of nowhere. I swear to God, he was on one side of the court, and his hand was in front of Mike Stoja.
Very Keith Richards-esque.
Little long?
A little deep on the serve.
Hey, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, I
that's
think
a
so. It could've
turnaround.
been. That's right. All right. 5. No. He's going to do it again. What a gentleman.
Oh, he's going to take another one.
This is exactly what we're
In
talking about.
the playoffs.
Where do you see this other than the platform court? Am I wrong? Look at that. And he hits a better one this time. That might be a little long. It does. See, we won that point.
And
Did you ever hear
that
that?
is going to change the dynamics of this match.
And then from then on, my life was changed.
For those of you that
I
haven't
love the
seen a
roll.
fist fight and a paddle match before, get ready.
Sit.
A little deep.
Stoja. What's he? Is he
Yeah,
what's
that
he doing?
would have been deuce.
Did he get hit? Did he get hit in the head there?
I don't know.
Because that's a move that I do. I start to go to the other side just to greet the other players for a while.
That's very Eric Moran of you.
Moran. God, love that guy. All right.
Just
so
occasionally walk to the other side, see what's going on, touch the back screen, walk back.
He loves doing that. Blowing on the handle.
Yep.
I tell you what.
Nice shift.
This is like a Davis Cup match. Look at this enthusiasm. It's just infectious. I just want to grab one of those Vuvuzela. What are they called?
Vuvuzelas.
Vuvuzelas? But that's not what they're.
Oh, that is a sneaky poke drive right
very.
there. Just low and slow.
So does that
From
constitute
Stoja.
We call that
the
guile
ball
and
don't lie?
treachery.
Guile and treachery.
Yes. The ball don't lie. No. The ball do not lie. Yes. I like to take the contractions that are hip sounding and elongate.
Yes. I'm with you, Sean. Because
Anyway.
this match is off the chain hook.
Off the sprocket. Oh man. I think did that stay in? I couldn't even tell. I think I'm gonna give it to him.
I am not aware of the call there.
I think it was good.
I didn't see anything.
We're going to give it to him.
Okay, must have been good. Must have caught it.
There we go.
Lots of kick on that ball.
He's got it down. It's a good
Smart.
lob. Another good lob. He's trying to.
Clipped him as he was letting the
Yeah.
ball go to the back screen. Just
He was looking to drive
grazed
that
the.
too.
Yeah.
Again, one of the more beautiful shots in the game. Sid, it did not. is a topspin backhand, especially on the paddle court. If you thought I would let them go on the tennis court, on the paddle court.
Oh, no, on the paddle court for sure.
It's laissez-faire time, man.
I'm putting my paddle down.
Hands off. What a serve.
Lots of action on that ball.
40-15.
Does this take us to 5-all and have a definitive momentum shift?
Sammy Hagar in waiting.
Oh,
there
what
it
a
is.
cannon.
The Soderling.
It's a great roller
Bazooka.
as well. Smart.
That's going to snap down. Oh, I love it.
Let
what a
cord.
spot. You know,
Nice
come
pick.
on, the control from Benson. Keeping it down the line like that is
Oh, there was a
Stoja.
little backhand action that you were talking about.
Exactly. That's going to drop. I like the pace. Let's vary it. You want a steady diet of anything. Just look at my training table. That's right, we get chocolate cake and asparagus. More chocolate cake than asparagus, by the way. It's in there. He's got it. What
Pace
hustle.
control right there. from
One
both-
time in that one? Come on.
Both teams.
You're not supposed to do that. Oh.
That's a great point.
Or in catching Wittenberg, which, by the way, by Wittenberg standards, was not a bad idea to blitz on that point, but you got to give Orrin Madison credit. He kind of caught him there. All right. Oh,
Wow.
he catches the Nick. Come on.
Wow. Oh, no? Long?
I don't know. It looked good. They're getting. No, they gave it to him.
Good heavens.
Okay.
So then maybe that first
I think
serve
it
was
caught.
out.
I think it caught.
Maybe that first serve was
Oh,
out.
I see. Look at that.
Good touch.
In a matter of speaking, it was. We're going to say it was solid. Of course, anything when you have to dig it out of the midsection of any male player, it's always gonna, you know what I mean? You got to be quick, and who cares if it's not solid? Just as long
That
as
is
you don't
a
get
good hold right there
There
from
we go.
Wittenberg, taking it to 5-5.
That's right. Van Hagar. I don't think Sammy would sing that song in concert, though.
Second set, Court 1, Series
not with
4,
Van Halen.
Chicago Platform Tennis Leagues,
South Barrington Club.
South Barrington Club, Planet Earth.
It doesn't get any better. I love the creativity for Benson.
Benson touched the net. I think he called it on himself.
Yeah. He's a sportsman. Always has been. Among the finest.
Made a really good shift. I think clipped the net with his feet.
You know, I've always had that. Oh, I always had that problem, but
I like hitting the net while making direct eye contact with the opponent and then not saying anything.
Well, that's one way to go about it. I mean, there is an intimidation factor.
you know, wasn't I the idiot that was saying that Mike has been rock solid on the serve there?
You know,
I'm just a jerk.
I can't blame you for this one, Sean.
Throw me out again.
Because, there was a pretty definitive momentum swing there.
There we
you know?
go. It was.
3 games in a row.
That's a good point. Okay, I appreciate your attitude. That
Caught the line.
super relob there from Madison. Like that
Everything's
slice.
coming up Barrington.
Sounds like a new magazine.
Yep, agreed.
All right,
Wow.
a quick 6-5 there.
Little deep.
Wittenberg and Stoja inching ahead.
That's tough. It's a tough position to be in. Big part of paddle, though. You know, you're at a place where you can kind of taste it. You play a long game. Even going back to 5-4, you don't feel like it's out of control
No,
because
no,
it
you
was
don't.
such a grind.
You don't. That's a good point.
And then a quick one really feels like, okay, we got to hit the reset button. Now, sometimes that can be a benefit. You know, sometimes
You
it
got
can
it.
be enough of a motivating factor to be like, we're going to tighten up the right things at the right time in order to
Yep.
turn it in your favor. So let's see how it goes here.
I adjust my girdle usually.
That's a good point.
It's in there.
Oh, little let cord clipper.
It is sorry, not to be a Reese's commercial, but that was pretty impressive. Stoja serving. Once again, I'm going to say it one more time for those of you. Oh, he tried a nice deep serve from Stoja. We are at the South Barrington Club at the Paddle Hut.
Still.
The vibe is, yes, We've been here all year, pretty much. That's not true. We stop to shower every so often. But right now, you're witnessing on the far side there. That's
Little wide.
Josh Wittenberg, just a little wide with that attempted forehand volley, if you will. And his partner, Mike Stoja, they of the South Barrington Raiders, won the first set and now are serving for the match at 6-5. Oh, good move, too.
That's tough. Just couldn't quite convert.
It's one of those where I'm not even sure if he had to hit the backhand, he could have done that.
Yeah,
that's
a tough one. He kind of just got caught in movement.
Yep, it's a great shot. Way to leave it. That's just a smart play from Mike Stoja there. Great return from Owen Madison. Once again, been an absolute machine on that side. Look at their athletic ability from Benson. Kind of just, you hit it right at him. It's supposed to be a problem if it's right hip. He doesn't seem to have a problem with it. That was always, again, in a nutshell, that's my whole career. Sean, don't worry, just hit it at his right hip. He's made every volley. Oh.
Tough.
I want to say match point, am I wrong?
Deuce, I believe.
Oh, I was going to say, it seemed like a match point, but yeah,
but
okay,
that would
I'll
be cool in a
unmute you, Cal.
different way.
We do want your input, especially at this juncture in the match.
I'd appreciate your input.
Listen to these people. Do I have to put the noise gate on?
No, this is, I mean, it's rock and crew tonight. This is the way it's supposed to be.
Not that the noise gate would make any difference.
Just a little deep,
wide.
and I think that takes us to a match point for South Barrington Club.
Stoja to serve for it. That was nice and rhythmic. It came off, but Oren digs it out beautifully.
Yep, good move. Smart.
It's a great lob. Sit. Just
just a little bit deep. That is going to do it. Great match right there.
Wow.
Really solid couple of sets. Both teams grinding it out here in the finals. Awesome play. The other courts have either entered their third, I think the courts that are still out there have entered their third sets. Everybody kind of started at the same time. So we're going to give you some updates as to how this match turns out via the comments section of the YouTube channel. And we are really excited on Tuesday night to bring you 2 courts of finals from Glenview Club. So just a reminder to everybody that is part of the Chicago Platform Tennis Leagues that you're invited to the party at Glenview Club on Tuesday, where they will play the Series 1 and Series 2 finals at least.
Exactly. Bring your own
if not more. And we're going to try to cover as many matches and series as possible.
BYOG. I was also going to say, hopefully it doesn't come down to, especially this evening, like it did last week, where they only needed 1 game to play.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was basically like if they don't win their match like 1-0, they weren't able to move on to the playoffs. And when they lost the first game, they were like, well, that's the end of that.
Everybody.
Shake hands, walk off the court. Well, we will see you on Tuesday for the culmination of the Chicago Platform Tennis Leagues here in the CPTC Livestream network. We'll see you soon.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
From the heart of Chicago up to the North Shore and stretching from the northwest suburbs down to Kankakee. From urgent in-office care to virtual in-home visits, we're making orthopedic care available wherever and however you need it. Because while we're adapting our lives to keep each other safe, we know that new injuries will happen and old injuries will still linger.